Hello, everyone, and welcome to Elvis and His Life and Legacy. Tonight, we're going to have a really good time. We're going to talk about Elvis, and hopefully, some people will come up on the panel and we'll talk about him. And I've got a lot of memorabilia and stuff to show you. And see, I got my Elvis scarves. So when Miss You comes in, I'll be singing a song a bit later. I won't step on your blue suede shoes, guys. I promise you. Yep, I'm dressed like the king. Miss You. So before we start the festivities, before I show you some of my memorabilia and my pictures from from Memphis from 2003, you're going to see me with a goatee back then. Yes, I'm going to start with a song that George requested I sing. So Miss You, Elvis is going to serenade you now. Love me tender, love me sweet, never let me go. For you have made my life complete, and I love you so. Love me tender, love me true, all my dreams fulfill. For my darling, I love you, and I always will. Love me tender, love me long, take me to your heart. For it's there that I belong and will never part. Love me tender, love me true, all my dreams fulfill. For my darling, I love you, and I always will. Love me tender, love me dear, tell me you are mine. I'll be there through all the years, till the end of time. Love me tender, love me true, all my dreams fulfill. For my darling, I love you, and I always will. Catch it, Miss You. Woo! Scarf for you. And then it goes back around my neck. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Um, wouldn't it be great if Elvis came up and joined the Elvis panel? Well, yeah, that would be cool, Calvin. But welcome, everybody. Thank you, Bob. This is my new friend, Bob. Well, I've known him for a long time. And welcome, everyone. Hey, Sean. Nice to see you. I'm glad everybody's here to enjoy the evening, and the festivities are starting now. So now I'm going to show you a little bit of my Elvis memorabilia that I have here. First, we have this Elvis radio. Needs a new battery. But see, it's got his name there, Elvis Presley, 1935-1977. My mom got me this when I was a kid. So it's got him in his gold lame suit. Big honk of burn love. And there's the back. Hey, Jorgen, welcome. There we got that. And this one I love because it's kind of like the London Calling album cover as well. Whoops. Hold on. Elvis is coming off the stage here. We don't want him falling off the stage. There we go. See? Look at the detail on the guitar. Isn't that awesome? I just love that. This is so cool. Yeah. So, let's see what Bob's saying here. If I can get my thing to go there. Okay, did you know that Love Me Tender was adapted from the Civil War song Aurelia? Um, I don't know if I knew that, Bob, but yeah, I think I'm familiar with that. I'm not sure. Uh, Hi, everyone. Sorry, I was ignoring everyone during the serenade. Okay, miss you. Okay, so I'm going to show you a few CDs now. One's missing the disc. I don't know where the disc went to, but I have it somewhere. I don't know. It must have fallen out or something. I don't know. So we have this was my very first Elvis record on vinyl when I was 8 years old that my dad brought me home when I was a kid. So I've always remembered this album. But this one has extra tracks, and I always remember. Well, the track listing's a little different on this. Hello, hey, how you doing, Dave? Nice to see you. So the track listing's a little different on this one, but I love this picture of Elvis here. He looked so cool when he was younger. Um, but it's a different from the back. This was the actual back cover when I had it as a kid. This picture here. So I remember the first song on side one was "I Need Your Love Tonight," but they kind of switched it around. So we got "A Big Hunk of Love," "My Wish Came True," "Now and Then There's a Fool Such as I," "I Need Your Love Tonight," "Don't," "I Beg of You," "Santa Bring My Baby Back to Me," "Santa Claus is Back in Town," "Party," "Paralyzed," "One Night," "I Got Stung," "King Creole," "Wear My Ring Around Your Neck," "Don't You Think It's Time," "Mean Woman Blues," "Playing for Keeps," "Hard-Headed Woman," "Got a Lot of Living to Do," "There'll Be Peace in the Valley for Me." So that's that. So there you go. And then the next one is Elvis Pure Gold. As you can see, it's missing a CD. Don't know where it is, but so I think you can see the songs on here. I love Kentucky Rain. Such a great song. In the Ghetto is another great one. And then this one is amazing. I forgot I even had this, that my friend gave me this. This is the 68 Comeback Special. So here's the track listing on it, but it's too small and there's too many songs in it. But this is great to have, and that's where he sings "If I Can Dream," and there he's in the middle of the song. So that's pretty cool. So now we're going to take a little trip down memory lane, and I'm going to show you some of my pictures when I went to Graceland back in 2003 with my dad when my dad was still alive. So I hope you're all ready. So get your passports ready. We're going on the plane to Memphis. Once I get the pictures out of here. Okay, here we go. So, first one. Now you're going to see me with a goatee. You're going to go, "Whoa, is that you, James?" Yep, it's me. There we go. Outside of Graceland. There I am with my Elvis tie. Here we go, Graceland. Hey, Paulina. There I am when you come in through the foyer. There's me with Elvis. There's my Elvis tie. And this is the living room. We weren't supposed to be taking flash photography, but we got away with it somehow. And this is the actual original furniture at Graceland. So there you go. And here's the dining room. And I have headphones on because Lisa Marie Presley was giving the tour. I think it was her, or was it Priscilla? I can't remember, but one of the two. But look at all the dining room. Isn't that beautiful? And next, there's okay. I'll bring you up. Hold on, JJ. Let me copy that and paste. And anybody else who wants to come up, you're welcome. There you go. Okay, link is out. So here's Vernon and Gladys's bedroom on the ground floor. And as we all know, This is part of the jungle room. There's where he has all the TVs and the monkey. This was a cool room. This was awesome when I saw this. Ah, we got Mason. Hello, Mason.
Hey, James.
Whoops, sorry. Okay, let me make myself big. I'm still showing my Graceland pictures. And we'll get to some discussion soon. And there's a pool table. You know the all the wallpaper wrapped around up to the ceiling. It was really cool. It said "Do not touch," but hey, I touched. I touched it. So hey, when in Rome, you're gonna like your born button puller or pusher. You got to do it. So here's more of the jungle room. Look at the old ashtray. Isn't that cool? And here's all the wall of gold records. We couldn't take both walls because it was so huge, but it was amazing. There was wall to wall to wall, all the way up to the ceiling of his gold records and stuff like that. So yeah. Why am I getting an echo? Okay, here's his army fatigues when he was in the army, or it could have been the one from GI Blues. I'm not really sure, but I'm thinking it's his real army when he was in the army. Now my dad cut me off, but here's his gold lame suit. I want that suit. I love it. It's so awesome. Wouldn't I look good in that, guys and gals? And here's the jacket he wore in Viva Las Vegas. And there's from Spin Out. And here's Priscilla Presley's bridal outfit. There she is with Elvis, looking beautiful as the blushing bride. Oh yes, that's true, Bob. Hey, Darren. And whoops, upside down. See, I wanted this picture of Elvis here, but my dad should have turned the camera the other way to get the full thing. Well, at least I got a smaller picture of Elvis. Well, one of my scarves came up, but that's okay. And Gladys. And here's the horses in the backyard of Graceland. And then here is proof that Elvis passed away. Here's his grave. Isn't that cool? I'm not going to go through everything because there's so much in here and I don't want to take up too much time. I'm just going to show you the main ones that I want to show you. So here's his pink Cadillac. And this is the diner we ate in. And I was doing all his number one hits. And there was another guy at another table. And he was playing Elvis. We're in competition with each other. And he came over to me. He says, "You effing got me. You're a bigger Elvis fan than I am." So he bought me 2 Cokes. He bought me a Coke. And my dad got me a Coke. He says, "You deserve a Coke. Because you really know you're Elvis." So that's it. And there's my dad trying to get vibes. He's being silly. There's my dad. And I kind of went higher because I like the blue neon light. And here's the Lisa Marie. We didn't take pictures inside because everything was so close together, but it's beautiful in this jet. Oh my God. And there I am under there. And there's my dad coming out of the Lisa Marie. Okay, I'm going to skip a few here. Just going to skip a few pictures and get to the good stuff. Now we go to Sun Records. And yes, I actually recorded Love Me Tender there. There's Sun Records. There I am outside waiting to meet Sam Phillips, who is not there, by the way, but he is in this picture. Here we go. And there's some of the equipment they had that they still use there. And that's where Johnny Cash got his start too. And here's one of the old microphones. And there's my dad with Roy Orbison on the wall. And this is the actual microphone that Elvis used. And there I am doing my Elvis pose. Look at this, Mason. Mason. There I am.
See that, James.
Yeah, looking like Elvis here. And here is Jerry Lee Lewis, Carl Perkins, and I forget the other guy's name. But look at that. And here's the recording booth where I sang Love Me Tender. And, okay, I'm going to skip over a few pictures because I'm just going to show you the main ones that I really want you guys to see. Okay, skip that. Now we're going to go to Tupelo, Mississippi, where Elvis was born in his two-room shack. And there I am. And here's a 13-year-old Elvis, and you're going to laugh, guys. I was the same. I didn't steal anything, Christopher. And look at this. We're both the same. I'm the same size as the statue. Look at that. We're both the same size. And here I am on the porch of Elvis's first home where he was a baby. Like I own the place. And here's the bedroom. Never mind the fat lady in there. She was just there because she works there. But it's not the original furniture. But
James, that's kind of a rude comment.
No, I'm just kidding.
Never mind the fat lady.
Well, it's not over till the fat lady sings, like they say in the opera. But she was cool. I liked her. And she was giving us the history of the place. It was really cool. Just for a two-room shack, it was worth it. There's the kitchen. And there's the back door. So it's just a small little place. And here's the other part of the kitchen. It's still just there in the bedroom. That's all you get. And here's another shot of the kitchen. And this is the church that Elvis was in when he was young. Here's our friend Vince trying to play the organ. He played an Elvis song I was into at the time, My Happiness. And here we are outside with the fountain. And when I had my hand on this truck, it was really hot that day. This is the truck that took them from Tupelo, Mississippi, all the way to Memphis. And I looked like I was owning the truck. Like, hey, man, look at my truck, baby. Okay, I'm going to skip over a few things. Okay, there's nothing here that you really want to see. Now we go to the Rock and Soul Museum. This is cool. Here I am trying to look cool like Clint Eastwood. There was another bench, but something fell off, and I fell off and fell on the floor because it wasn't balanced properly. And here I am with some more Elvis memorabilia. Here I am with the King himself with some of his outfits. Now you're going to see some jumpsuits. These are cool. And here's a statue of Elvis in Memphis on Beale Street. Okay, we're going to skip over a bit. And now, to end it all off, you think I wasn't going to make the king of rock and roll, did you? Well, here's proof. There I am with Elvis. Isn't that cool? So there's our trip to Memphis, Tennessee, to Graceland. Even though I skipped over a lot of pictures. And it brought back lots of memories for me. Hey, Lisa. And now I will make myself small. And I'll show you some more stuff after in a little bit. And let me put my... let me get my scarf back on. Okay, now we're good. Let me make myself small. Okay, so Mason, tell me, how did you get into Elvis Presley? How old were you?
I don't remember the age, but I got into Elvis through the movie Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, yeah? Well, you're welcome, Miss Hugh, and you're welcome, Sean. I'm glad I can show you those. Well, doesn't it get warm with all those scarves on? Yeah, kind of, but they're kind of my thing. But I'm going to take them off for a little bit and put them over here.
Are we allowed to play Elvis music on here?
No, 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 no. I don't want to get a copyright claim. I just played
I
that.
mean, like, what the hell,
I
James?
just
Like,
played
this
a
is
little
no.
short intro that was 1 minute and 43 seconds. No, no, I'm not playing any of that. It's not that kind of stream. So now I'm going to show you a couple of albums that I have here. This was given to me when I got my new my record player that my friend bought me a couple of years ago. Elvis Greatest Hits. So you got on here we got Hound Dog, All Shook Up, Can't Help Falling in Love, Jailhouse Rock, You're the Devil in Disguise, View of Las Vegas, Blue Suede Shoes, Heartbreak Hotel, Don't Be Cruel, Love Me Tender, It's Now or Never, A Big Hunk of Love, Let Me Be Your Teddy Bear, Return to Sender. And what I hated about this album,
I'll tell you what I hate about that album. That it's not the what is it, Elvis #1 album? I don't know. Whatever compilation by Elvis that's the most popular greatest hits compilation, the one
well,
that came
this
out
is
in
on
2002.
Stargrove. This was on the label Stargrove, and it doesn't even have an inner sleeve for the damn record.
The
So,
fuck?
which sucks.
The
But
fuck kind
now,
of record doesn't come with an inner sleeve? What the fuck?
I don't know though. Well, that one didn't. This one, this is volume one, and I need volume two. I'm missing volume two. Elvis, legendary performer. This has That's All Right, I Love You Because, Heartbreak Hotel, Don't Be Cruel, Love Me, Trying to Get to You, Love Me Tender, There'll Be Peace in the Valley for Me, Now and Then There's a Fool Such as I, Tonight's All Right for Love, that's from GI Blues. Are You Lonesome Tonight, Can't Help Falling in Love, um, unreleased, this was recorded 1954. Unreleased, newly discovered take, recorded July 6, 1954, recorded January. What am I doing? I don't have to read all that. Um, so also includes excerpts from an interview of September 22nd, 1958. So this is pretty cool. Now I just got to find album number one, and I'd be good to go. Oh yeah, I gotta get. I used to have a whole bunch, Bob, on vinyl, but my dad said everything got warped back in the day. So I had so many Elvis records. They were coming out the wazoo. So I couldn't believe how many Elvis records I owned back in the day. Um, you can buy an inner sleeve, James. Yeah, I can. Yeah. Ooh. Hey, Bob says yes. Amazon sells nice sleeves. I bought a bunch to have on hand. Well, that's always a good thing. All right, I'll make myself small. So I was about 8 years old when Elvis died in 1977, and I don't know how I knew about him, and it was in the fall of 1990, not 1997, I mean 77, sorry. Um, and I didn't know that he passed away or anything like that. I don't know how I found out about him, but I went to my dad. I said, Dad, who's this Elvis Presley guy? He said, well, he was a rock and roll singer in the 1950s. I said, Dad, I want to hear his music. And he said, well, maybe I'll get your record sometime. And so the next time I went to school that day. My dad comes home from work. He was a vice principal at a high school back in the day. And he comes home with a bag and he hands it to me. He says, here, I got you something. So it was 50 Million Elvis Fans Can't Be Wrong, Elvis Golden Records Volume 2. And I was like, thanks, Dad. He says, I hope you like it. So I opened it, took the shrink wrap off, went in my room. I had a Mickey Mouse record player back in the day. And so it was on my floor. I took it out, put the needle on side one, and when I heard I Need Your Love Tonight for the first time, I was like, wow, I must have played that record 3 or 4 times that night. And I was an Elvis fan instantly. So I was so happy when I got that. And I've been an Elvis fan ever since. And when I got older and I was allowed to stay up late, they on one of our Canadian channels called CFCF 12, uh, they'd have all night on his birthday. And on the day he passed away, they would show a whole bunch, a marathon till like 5 or 6 in the morning of all Elvis movies. And I would stay up all night and watch them and then go to sleep. I miss those days when I used to do that. That was fun when I used to do that back in the day. And you know what? Elvis brings so many people together. I watched on Graceland.com last night the candlelight vigil, but this year they messed it up. It wasn't special like it was years previous. They were talking about the new Elvis movie. They were interviewing people. It's like, no, 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 no. Keep with them going into the meditation garden, paying their respects in front of Elvis's grave. That's what we want to see. We don't want to hear all this pomp and circumstance about the Elvis movie. Yes, it's a good movie, but you have to harp on it during this thing. We want to see the fans going around to the grave and just doing their thing there. That's what we're supposed to be seeing, not hearing about the freaking movie for the whole hour and a half. That's an hour and a half I'll never get back.
Are we
So
talking about
there's
the new Elvis movie?
what?
Are we talking about the new Elvis movie?
Yeah. And everybody said, and even Priscilla Presley said it was good because she was on there last night and she was talking about it. And Lisa Marie was there and she said there were things about my dad I never knew, and some I did. So it was quite interesting to hear that stuff, but it just wasn't the right time to place or time for that. You know, there's a time and place to do that kind of thing, but not during a candlelight vigil.
Richard, get up here, Richard. I gotta talk to you, Richard.
All right, let me put the link out for Richard.
Or
Get up
any
here, Richard.
put the
Come and
link out
join us
for
for Elvis.
anybody. Put the link out for anybody because
And Lisa, if you want to come up too, you're more than welcome. Pauline, if you're still here, come up. We have room for everybody. Oh, you have to see it, Bob. It's amazing.
like if there's something I didn't like about it, it's the same typical thing that Baz Luhrmann does for all of the movies he directs. He throws modernized music in there, like freaking you getting Doja Cat and everybody remixing Elvis songs. I'm like, oh my god, why?
But Mason, it really, really works.
It
Like that
really
version at the
didn't.
end of In the Ghetto,
I mean, the
beautifully
movie
done.
works, but the way they decided to remix certain songs and it is like, no, just no.
Well, I thought it was well done. Now everybody's going out trying to find the soundtrack for it. Richard, come up. Come and join us. We have cookies.
Okay, that's creepy. Like James. No offense to you, but that is just creepy. Come up, we have cookies. What the hell?
And we have bourbon. Mm-hmm. Well, Bob, do yourself a favor. Go and
No,
sit
James,
down.
you don't have bourbon because it's illegal in Canada.
Well, where there's a will, there's a way.
Not unless you want to be behind bars, my friend.
Well, we can always smuggle it over the border. You never.
That is also
People have done
illegal.
it. Hey, you buy it in the states, and then you just hide it very well in your trunk, and nobody can see it, and you can get over the border and get away with it. I can at the moment. Okay, Richard. Well, when you're ready, the link is there. Come on up and join us, and let's get the party started. Yeah. Hey, Remus. Imported bourbon isn't illegal. Hey, Jen. Welcome. Nice to see you. Well, apparently it is. Well, according to Anthony, AGK, imported bourbon isn't illegal. Oh, well, there you go. Well, I can get imported bourbon if I want. Hello, Mrs. Hot Frogs in the house. Um, yeah, And a little later, I'm going to show you my Elvis movies. And I have something really cool to show you after, too. Yep. So, what did everybody think of my intro? I want to try something a little different from what I'm used to doing. Like, instead of my cats and kittens, I want to give you a, like, mind blowing experience at the beginning. And it worked. I might get a copyright claim, but it wasn't that long. It was only a minute and 43 seconds. So, I think I'll get a.
Okay,
I think I'll scratch.
James, I've got a foot cramp.
Uh-oh. You okay?
Nope. But I'll be fine. I'll be okay. Just I'm not okay for the time being.
Uh-oh. Can you massage your foot? Oh, thank you, guys. I'm
No
gonna
comment.
Oh, you're in pain. Well, do like they did in old school. Walk it off. Walk it off. If you can.
Frank the Tank.
Frank the Tank. Well, this is not. Yeah, George says walk. Just walk around, Mason. Oh, we got Lisa.
To get this topic back on track.
Hey, beautiful.
The first time I discovered Elvis, I was probably like 8 or 7, maybe. And the first song I ever heard from Elvis was Hound Dog. Because my dad was really into Elvis. He grew up
nothing but a hound dog.
My dad was born in 1940. So my dad was around when Elvis was big.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time I heard Elvis was Hound Dog, and then I heard Jailhouse Rock. Now, growing up, we had all kinds of like doo-wop music, which is similar to what Elvis did. Yeah. I remember the first time I heard Hound Dog, I didn't know who Elvis was. I was like, who is this? My dad told me, oh, he's this very big, famous artist from the late 50s and the 60s. And I remember not knowing much about Elvis, but being intrigued by his voice and the music that I heard from him. And then I remember the first ever movie I saw from Elvis. Probably was in elementary school, and it was on TV. It was Viva Las Vegas. Don't remember much about it, but I remember liking the whole premises of the movie. You know, Elvis is, you know, always getting women and finding women, and yeah, that's your favorite movie. But with me, there's one song I can actually play on the piano by Elvis is "I Can't Help Falling in Love." That's cool. Because I taught myself how to play that song. One day I was listening to it, and I just kind of deciphered the lyrics to it, and I figured out how to play that song. And I'm not a really, really super huge Elvis fan, but I do understand the impact that Elvis had for rock and roll and music moving forward. Elvis knew how to
inspired, my man.
Elvis knew how to command a stage. You can agree with that, right, James? Elvis, when he got on stage, Elvis knew how to bring the crowd together.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember my dad told me that when Elvis first started out, there were some things Elvis did that wasn't allowed on stage. Like he was gyrating his hips. And they were just
that's true. That is true, because if you've seen the Elvis movie, the new one that came out, that's actually they actually mentioned that in the film.
I have not seen the new Elvis movie, but from what I heard from the new Elvis movie, when Austin Butler actually went and auditioned for the part of Elvis, he went and he played, I think, was it Can't Help Falling in Love? He played a song for his mom because his mom had passed away from cancer. So the performance was him being real and honest. Now, a lot of people did try out for the part of Elvis. It was Austin Butler. It was Harry Styles, Miles Teller. A bunch of people tried out for that part. But Baz Luhrmann saw something in Austin Butler. And from the trailer, when you see it, you could tell he was just meant to play Elvis. He just embodied Elvis so well. And Lisa Marie Presley said that they did a really good job of how they did this movie for his dad.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. I'm not a fan of Baz Luhrmann and what he does. Well, I am. I am and I'm not. I don't like how he takes, for instance, in The Great Gatsby, he takes 20s sounding music and tries to modernize it.
But you see, the thing with Baz Luhrmann as a director is Baz Luhrmann does a different approach to movies than what people would do. If you've seen like Moulin Rouge, you've seen Strictly Ballroom. Elvis is just another different take from him. I think if anybody wants to do an Elvis movie, Baz Luhrmann was the perfect fit to film the Elvis movie. I cannot picture someone like Martin Scorsese or a Christopher Nolan or, a Quentin Tarantino, because Quentin Tarantino, he would have killed somebody at the end of the Elvis movie.
Oh, yeah.
Take it to a bloodier turn. So I think Baz Luhrmann kind of brought a lightheartedness and kind of a dramatic feel to the Elvis movie itself. I felt like he did justice to the movie.
Well,
I know
it had
we're
a
off topic with this,
to it, Dusty, but it was not what you think.
James,
huh?
I'm going to go off topic briefly about this, but this is news that I discovered on TikTok this morning. Hollywood is remaking The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, no.
They're going to ruin it. They are going to fucking ruin it.
So, what is your favorite Elvis album? Keeping on the topic, because this is an Elvis panel.
Yes, this is our Elvis panel. We have to stick to
the I don't have a favorite Elvis album. I mean,
what's your favorite Elvis song?
When it comes to Elvis, for me, I'm just a hits guy. So I'll just I guess you could say that Elvis compilation from 2002 when they did the remix of Little Less Conversation.
Yeah, if I don't have a particular favorite Elvis album. But what I really thoroughly enjoyed, and I watch it a lot, is the Comeback Special from 1968. Oh. I just thought him performing in that particular Comeback Special was really nice. I like that. So I'm going to choose the Elvis Comeback Special from 68.
And I'm going to choose Blue Hawaii.
Oh, Blue Hawaii is great. Also, the Christmas album. The Christmas album's great. I remember fondly when I was a kid and my dad would play Blue Christmas by Elvis every Christmas. And that song just really resonates with me because that's a song I grew up with. That is one of my dad's absolute favorite Christmas songs. If you ask him what his favorite Christmas song is, he usually will say Blue Christmas or a traditional song like, what's a traditional song that he likes? God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. Or
yes, I should.
Come All Ye Faithful. But he just loved Blue Christmas. He thought that was Elvis's best vocals on that
blue.
Hold on. Wow, the chat is going so fast. I'm trying to. Whoa.
Yeah.
I got to go back up. I'm trying to.
So you went to Graceland, right, James? You went to Graceland.
Yeah, I just showed the pictures.
In 2004. Would you ever have any plans to go back to Graceland if you could?
I'd love to.
Yeah, because near Graceland is the Sun Studios, right? There's also
I've been there. The
Sun Studios. Well, recently, one of my friends went to Sun Studios, and you can go and get yourself a Sun Studios.
You have a rent.
Table mat.
Hey, Dave.
Speaking of Sun Studios, since it's on the subject matter of Sun Studios, my dad gave me a few records that actually are from Sun Studios. And one of them is Jerry Lee Lewis. I would love to find like an Elvis Presley record on Sun Studios because I know he worked a lot with Sun Studios.
Well, there is a box set, The Sun Sessions.
The Sun Session. Yeah, I heard about that. That was released for Record Store Day, right? I think.
I'm not sure if it was. You're welcome, Venus.
If I remember correctly, it was either Record Store Day 2017 or 2018. Now, I did see it. I didn't get it. There was like other stuff that I wanted during Record Store Day of that year. But for a person who doesn't know a lot about Elvis, I know that Elvis made an impact on a lot of people, even casual fans as well. Everybody knows an Elvis song.
Oh, at a local flea market recently, the SOB was actually very good. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, that's cool, Richard.
So in November, I'm going to Elvis's, I'm going to call it Elvis's second home, Vegas. I'm going to Vegas, and there's a lot of impersonators. My cousin, I think she got married at the little chapel, and an Elvis impersonator came out and officiated her wedding.
Wow.
Yeah, you can get an Elvis impersonator in Vegas to officiate your wedding. So anytime you and Miss, you want to, get married, go to the little chapel. It's the
Let's
famous
go to
chapel.
Vegas, Miss You.
You can have an Elvis Presley impersonator. There's a bunch of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what's okay, James Byer. Sorry, I missed your thing the first time. I was concentrating on something else. My favorite Elvis movies are 12 Monkeys, Weekend at Bernie's, and The Empire Strikes Back.
Well, my favorite Elvis movies are either Viva Las Vegas or GI Blues. I like GI Blues, but I've not really delved a lot into Elvis's movies. I know he has quite the extensive filmography. I think with Elvis, I'm going to do that. I'm going to delve more into his movies. What movie would you suggest?
Well, I'm going to
Elvis
show you my Elvis movie collection right now, and then I'll recommend you one. So first we have Remus saying, James, did you see that French kid from Quebec that believes Elvis is in him? No, I haven't actually. Okay, wait, here's Miss Yu. Let's see what she says. If Elvis marries you, does the church recognize it? I don't know. We'd have to find out, Miss Yu, wouldn't we?
Well, they do that in Vegas.
All right, let me get the movies and I'll show you.
Okay.
I have all 31.
Oh, there's 31 movies with Elvis? Wow.
Yep.
I did not know Elvis had that extensive of a film career. Yeah, it's amazing.
The proof is in the punch right here.
Oh, the proof is in the pudding? Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll start with the ones that are in the cases, and then we'll go to that. Do you want to come up, Paulina? I'll put the link out for you. Come up and join us. I'll put the link out for Paulina.
I wanted to try to keep your panel to Elvis talk. I know it's hard when you have people that come on and they want to.
Yeah, Mason left. He was going to take a nap. I don't think this is up his alley. We're not talking.
No, I was just like, I'm going to come on. I don't know much about Elvis, but I'm going to come on and try to steer your conversation back to Elvis.
But you're learning, so that's good.
I know a little bit about Elvis. I have an Elvis Christmas album. I know some of his songs because when you've got a dad that's in his 80s, you kind of do know Elvis stuff.
Oh, you're still doing the bedroom thing. You've been doing that for a long time. Elvis.
I know he was a major movie star, but I wasn't aware of the fact that he did 30 plus movies. I was thinking he did along the lines of 20.
I'm going to make myself big, and now I'm going to show you my Elvis movies. We'll start with the ones that are in slipcases here, and then I'll go to the ones that are here. I better put that up there before I knock them over. Okay, first we have this. I'm going to go backwards, right down, because it'll be easier that way. So we have Elvis, the miniseries with Jonathan Rhys Meyers as Elvis, and it goes up to the '68 comeback special. Like it starts when he starts out in Memphis and all that.
Is that a good one?
What?
Would you recommend that? For
Elvis, you want an official Elvis movie. You don't want to do this. Well, this is good, but you don't want to start with this one.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on, Remus. I'll get to that shortly there. So we have Frankie and Johnny. And here's Donna Douglas. Yeah. And this has a really beautiful song in here that I love called Please Don't Stop Loving Me. And next we have Girl Happy. Yes, I'm girl happy. Love this movie. Shelley Fabre. And my all-time favorite, which I've watched more than 100 times, Viva Las Vegas, and Margaret. I can practically quote every line in this film. It's so good. And my favorite song in this is The Lady Loves Me. Okay, now we have Girls, Girls, Girls.
which he had plenty of.
Yes. Another
Yeah.
one I like, Blue Hawaii.
Oh yeah, Blue Hawaii. I've seen that one.
And
Okay.
what's her face is in there, Angela Lansbury.
Oh,
Oh,
Angela,
can't
a
wait.
young Angela Lansbury, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we have with Juliet Prowse, who's a dancer, GI Blues. And then this is one I'm going to recommend.
Oh yeah,
King
King
Creole.
Creole. I've heard of the name King
Yeah.
Creole. I've heard it from so many Elvis fans. That's the one to watch.
And she's the one. She's the one that later went on to be in the Addams Family. Carolyn Jones.
Oh
And there's
yeah,
Walter
yeah.
Matthau.
Yeah, gotta have Walter Matthau in a movie.
And there's the four film favorites. We have Jailhouse Rock. It Happened at the World's Fair. Stay Away Joe and Charo. Jailhouse Rock is really good. And then we have I will spend my whole life through loving you, just loving you. This is great movie too. And then we have his very first movie, Love Me Tender.
Oh yeah. Now it's coming to me when you show those titles.
And then we have a very special one that Sega George had sent me a couple months back, Elvis Aloha from Hawaii Deluxe Edition DVD. Isn't that cool?
Nice.
There he is. And there's the discs. I haven't watched it yet, but I'll get around to it eventually. And now we go to the ones that were burnt for me. And we'll go in chronological order with this. Now you're going to see I've got 2 copies of Love Me Tender. And I wrote down the actual years. So this one has audio commentary on the movie, Love Me Tender. And we have Flaming Star.
There's a band I listen to called Pawn, and they have a song called Elvis Flaming Star. So it's kind of
Wild in the Country.
Yeah. They wrote a song for Elvis.
Oh,
because
wow.
they loved Elvis so much, so they named their song after Elvis.
Follow That Dream. And Charles Bronson is in this one, Kid Galahad, where he's a boxer.
I love Charles Bronson, especially in his Death Wish movies.
Fun in Acapulco with Ursula Andress. Kissing Cousins. This one's with Barbara Stanwyck. Roustabout. This one has a great soundtrack. Tickle Me.
Tickle Me.
I actually like this one. This was the first Elvis movie I think I ever saw, Harem Scarum.
I'm going to have to go on a little bit of an Elvis watching tonight.
Paradise Hawaiian Style. Spin Out. Easy Come, Easy Go. Double Trouble. Clam Bake. Speedway. What do we got here? Live a Little, Love a Little.
Mm.
The Trouble with Girls.
A lot of guys could probably relate to that.
And here's one with Mary Tyler Moore where she's a nun. This is where he sings Rubberneckin'. Change of Habit. And then we have Elvis, That's the Way It Is. And last but not least, Elvis on Tour. So that's my whole Elvis movie
So
collection.
you've seen a lot of Elvis movies that were made about his life. What do you think about the one with Kurt Russell? Did you see that one?
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Hey, Scott Dog.
Because I kind of watched it the other month. I was curious. It's interesting because Kurt Russell doesn't really look like Elvis.
No,
Yeah.
but he played the part well. But
Yeah, he played it well. I just, I was like, interesting take to have Kurt Russell playing Elvis. Now, who I think is probably how many people have played Elvis in a movie? Lots, right?
not really sure.
Because I know there's Kurt and there's Austin Butler.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Okay, that would have been a disaster. I almost knocked everything over. I just got to put this over here so I don't knock everything all over the place.
Don't knock all your Elvis You have any Elvis memorabilia? Do you collect like Elvis? I guess I want to say like Elvis dolls or Elvis posters.
Well, I have two Elvis dolls that I just showed you before. I can show them again if you want. But,
No, yeah, if you want. So what was the first piece of Elvis item that you bought? Like, what was the first Elvis item you bought for your collection?
Well, actually, my mom, when I was a kid, we're in Quebec City, and there was this little shop, and I saw this Elvis thing in the window, and I said, "Oh my God, I like that." I was like maybe 9 or 10, I think, and my mom said, "I have to go to the toilet," so she was gone for quite some time, and I didn't know where she went, and I was like, "Where are you? Where's Mom?" And so, lo and behold, she gives me a bag and she goes, "Here, I bought this for you." It's a radio.
Do you have any of the Elvis Funko Pops?
Nope.
Because they have Jailhouse Rock, the Funko Pop of Jailhouse Rock, and I think they have some other ones.
And I can't find other Elvis ties, but I have this Elvis tie.
Nice.
And I got 2 magazines to show you. And all his movies. Now I'm going to say it in the actual words of Elvis. From the time I was a kid, I always knew something was going to happen to me. Didn't know exactly what. So this is Elvis here. Here's Graceland.
Nice.
Let's see if there's a good picture in here.
If I'm ever in Tennessee, I'd totally visit Graceland.
Oh, you should.
Well, because it's just the curiosity of wanting to see.
I'm covering the name. Do you recognize who that is with Elvis?
No. And I'm sure if you say the name, I'll be like, "Oh, that's who it is."
Nancy Sinatra.
Oh, Nancy. Damn it. Yeah, Nancy Sinatra. Yeah. Yeah, Frank Sinatra's kid.
That's the gold. That's the all the records on the walls. That's what I couldn't take a picture of. See, I told you it goes all the way up to the ceiling.
Well, because they don't let you take pictures in Graceland. They just let you
we got away with some of it. So
yeah, well, my friend went and they didn't let her.
There's Lisa Marie with Priscilla.
Was that the only kid that Elvis had?
Yep, only one.
Was Lisa?
He was only married once. Trying to find a good picture here.
I imagine if he was still alive, he'd still be married to, possibly still be married to Priscilla.
There he is.
Yeah.
In his Vegas concert. Trying to find. Oh, there he is with the cape. I like that. That's awesome. That picture there. Oh yeah, big time. What else we got here? There he is in 68 Comeback Special when he was doing.
Yeah, I like that special. I was watching clips of it on YouTube.
There's his first hit, That's all right, Mama. That's
Yeah,
all right for you. Yep. Um,
that
Here he is in the leather suit from '68 comeback special. And let's see what else. Ooh, that's a nice picture of Elvis there. Hello, everybody. Let's see what else we got in here. Anything else that's good? Let's see. There he is as a young child with Vernon and Gladys.
yeah.
And there he is when he's older with his parents. And oh, that's when he died.
I think this is an interesting take. If Elvis was alive, I think Elvis totally would have probably gone down the country route. You ever
Yeah,
think?
this is from Viva Las Vegas, and I know the scene from the movie because that's where he sings "The Lady Loves Me."
No, I totally think that Elvis would have gone down the country route if he was alive, and that he was still doing music.
Oh, there he is with old blue eyes.
Oh, Frank Sinatra. I love Frank Sinatra. Did he
Yep,
ever? Did they ever do a song together? Yeah, right.
yep. And there's a young Elvis.
That's a
All
teenage
right.
Elvis.
Okay, now, last but not least, my last little bit of memorabilia is "The King Lives on," remembering Elvis Presley. That's a nice shot of him. Hello, everybody. There he is, rocking away
I
with his
told Mike.
guitar.
I told Mike to come and view your panel because he's a big Elvis fan.
This is a nice shot of him here too.
Yeah, it's a young Elvis.
Oh yeah. And there's the meditation garden, and I was there. I remember that like it was
I mean,
yesterday.
yeah, I know. As a person who's listened to some Elvis, I know he did country, but what I mean is, would he had continued the route of country, or would he gone into rock? Because everybody calls him the king of rock and roll, but
Yep. Here's a nice shot of him in his jumpsuit. And there he is with Nick Tricky Dicky.
Mm.
So we got that. Let's see
So
what else.
I don't think anybody has asked you the most important question, James.
What?
Have you tried the infamous sandwich that Elvis claims to have loved, the peanut butter, bacon, and banana sandwich?
Actually, I had that for dinner.
Yeah. What do you think of it?
Well, I've had it before. I love it. It tastes good, and I could show this pretty good. Here's all the movie posters of his movies.
Nice.
You'd have to actually have this physically in your hands because it's hard to really show it.
Do you have any of his movie posters in your
No,
room?
I want one of Viva Las Vegas.
Maybe you could find one for cheap on a website, just a reproduction.
Oh, here's Elvis in his tidy whities. And there he is getting his haircut for the army. And here's all his records.
I could not imagine Elvis going down the grindcore route.
There he is with one of his albums that's framed. Here we go. That one, platinum.
Gotta wear a scarf for Elvis.
And what else have we got here? Oh, there he is making out with the ladies, giving the kisses.
Elvis was, a ladies' man.
And what else have we got here? Let's see. Oh, there he is with his shirt off. For all you young ladies that like Elvis. Oh, there he is singing to the dog. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. That actually happened. They did on the Milton Berle show. And there he is with all his fan mail. He says, oh my God, I can't take this anymore. I can't take it. Oh, Miss Hot Product saying hi to you.
Yeah, I came on here to get your stream back to Elvis because I knew Mason probably would have gotten
it in another direction. Oh, here's a nice shot of Elvis right here. Man, I wish I had hair like that.
Elvis had quite the hair. He had quite the hair back then.
Oh yeah, the pompadour and all that. There he is as a young Elvis, as a young cowboy.
Young Elvis.
And there he is.
Young Elvis with his mom and dad.
And that's from the Elvis Country album cover.
So did Elvis have any siblings, or was Elvis an only child?
Well, he had a twin brother, Jesse Garin, but he died at childbirth. So
Okay.
Elvis was the only one that was alive at the time. So yeah. So now I'm gonna move this out of the way, and we will continue our Elvis.
Do you collect any Elvis biography books? Do you have any in your collection?
I have one, but I misplaced it.
Ah,
I don't know where it is. Well, and I got my Elvis shirt too, as you can see. Son's recording studio. And I have an other Elvis T-shirt, which you've seen. I'll
yeah.
catch up on the peanut gallery bit because I missed a few things when I was showing my stuff. Let's see.
His comment is very interesting.
Elvis did a ton of country. He did. Oh, he loved gospel. Thank you, Mrs.
When
Hot Rod.
I think about a lot of his music, it's kind of country, if you think about it. Because this music, maybe in the beginning was rock, but more
Yeah,
towards the mid 60s, his music became a little bit more country. I very well think that Elvis could have had a really illustrious country career. He would have been at the Grand Ole Opry for sure. I just think that Elvis totally would have been a country musician. I think that's what he's more towards.
But every day, Miss You, he would talk to his twin, even though he wasn't there. Like he was there in the room with him when he was younger. He used to talk to him.
That's very true, Remus. The rock music did propel Elvis into his popularity, but I just think he's more country than rock. That's just every time I've listened to Elvis, as a kid and as I gotten older, I just felt like Elvis just had more of a countryness in him, kind of like a bluegrass country kind of to him. Oh man, him and Buddy Holly were alive. Just imagine all the great music they could have did together. I mean, yeah. What do you got for us, James?
So now, I promised you there was going to be 2 songs in my repertoire tonight. So the next one is one of his all-time iconic songs. But I think I'm going to burp first. I hope I burp first before I do it because I don't want to burp in the middle of the song. That would be embarrassing. But I know Miss You likes the burp, so hopefully the burp will come out first before I sing it. But I think I'll be okay. So this is one of his most iconic love songs. But I'm not going to make myself big for it. So Miss You and Jen and Lisa, this is for all the ladies because Elvis serenaded all the ladies. So you'll know this one. It's famous and it's the most requested love song ever. Oh, I wish I burped.
Don't burp.
Jorge Lopez. Elvis was rock from the beginning and throughout his career. All right, here we go. Well, no. Whoops, wrong song. I was going to sing Loving You, but that's not the one I wanted. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I can't help falling in love with you? Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I I can't help falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too. For I can't help falling in love with you. For I can't help falling in love with you. That's for all the ladies. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful,
And I
beautiful.
think we have a little thing from James Byers for you, Lisa. I can't help falling in love with Lisa.
Thanks, James. Thanks.
Yeah, what's Bob say here? You have to remember that Elvis was early rock, which was a spin off of R&B, not what we think of as rock from the 70s. That is so true, Bob.
That is true.
Excuse me.
But
Now,
that is true. But what I
thank you,
guess
everyone.
getting at was that I think Elvis would have totally gone down the country route in the later years if he was alive.
Maybe.
He would have gone more country and rock. You know what I mean? Because I think that's what he was leaning towards. Because when he first started out, right, he was rock, right, and as time progressed, he became more rockabilly.
Rockabilly.
So I think he would have gone down the rockabilly country route more instead of just yeah.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
I keep thinking of all the artists he would have performed with if he was still alive. Think about it. I would
Uh-huh.
have killed. I would have killed if Elvis was still alive. You know who I think he would have had a great dual song with? Chris Stapleton. I don't know if you've heard of him, but he has a song called Tennessee Whiskey.
Oh,
Elvis
yeah.
and him would have sounded great together. I'm not into a lot of country, but Chris
Thank
Stapleton.
you, Jim.
You,
I like
you-
that, Paulina. Falling in love with ooh.
you know what, James? I think the crowd is falling in love with you.
Well, yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
You sing some Viva Las Vegas, or
No.
it's
Nothing
a
like
little.
that.
Yeah, I like that song.
That's the only two songs you're going to get for this evening. Now, I want to ask well, because you don't know much about his movies, but I'm going to ask the Peanut Gallery what their favorite Elvis movie might be. I'm curious to know. Take it away, Peanut Gallery. Tell me what your favorite Elvis movie is. Now I hear the Jeopardy theme.
Before I get off of this stream, I'll name you my favorite Elvis movie. My favorite Elvis movie is Viva Las Vegas.
Oh, mine too, all the way.
Las Vegas, but
Oh,
you have
thank you,
yourself a good stream. Hopefully, more people come on the panel and share their Elvis love. And just to end this, Viva Las Vegas. There you go. That's my 10 seconds of singing for you.
All right.
Have a good stream, James.
Thank you.
You know what, James? I just came up here because I knew that you needed to have someone get your stream back to Elvis, which we needed to, because it would have been 24/7 Beach Boys, and believe
I
me.
know. Spin Out's good.
Okay.
All right.
I'll be in the Peanut Gallery. Love you all. Love you,
Love you,
James.
Lisa.
Beautiful, beautiful rendition of Can't Help Falling in Love. That's my favorite Elvis song.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lisa has left the building.
I have.
Okay, now it's just us, Peanut Gallery and me. But I'm doing pretty well. We're only an hour and 11 minutes into the show, but we're moving along smoothly. I hope you've liked so far what I've shown you, all the memorabilia and the pictures and my Elvis scarves. And well, they're not really Elvis scarves, but just to look the part. That's why I want to start the show with just a little intro with just my avatar, so you don't know what I'm going to look like, and then when poof, and you're like, oh, cool. So I really hope that was a very funny and interesting thing I did. Uh, Hard question. Probably Jailhouse Rock. You know what? That is a very, very good one. I think he acted very well in that. But everybody says that his best movie that he acted so well in was King Creole. And I have to agree, he did a very good job in that film. And that's when, you know what? I think a lot of people, when they watched King Creole, I think a lot of people fell in love with Dixieland music, like Dixieland, like the song Dixieland Rock, and if you're looking for trouble, then look right on my face. Ba, 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 bum. So that I like that song. Uh, my other favorite Elvis movies are Terminator 2, Judgment Day, Friday the 13th, National Lampoon's European Vacation. James, stick to the subject. It's Elvis Presley, not other movies. Um, okay, we got Mrs. Hot Frog. She says, you have a lot of awesome stuff. Well, thank you very much. So, Jen, what's your favorite Elvis movie? I don't know if you put it up there. Uh, James Myers. Oh, he was great on the T1000 as a T1000. Um, I think he would have done a disco punk duet with Cher had he lived. Well, I wonder about that. Yeah, I think he might. Favorite Elvis movie: Spin Out, Jailhouse Rock. Oh, Miss You. That's a good one. That's where he sing. Yeah, that's where he sings. I like when he sings "I Want to Be Free," and when he sings "Young and Beautiful." I can sing that, but I don't think my voice can handle that tonight to hit those high notes. But I can sing that too. He has, haha, Paulina. Uh, have not really seen any. Really? Well, Jen, you and Dave should start watching some. They're really good. And I recommend that you start with King Creole. Seriously, okay, okay. We got, okay, GI Blues, Jailhouse Rock, and King Creole. Good ones. Hey, Stunty, if Elvis had lived, he'd have want to die so fast anyway. Stunty, what a bad thing to say. Don't diss the king of rock and roll. I know you're just teasing. Everyone support streams and it's James's stream and I can't read right now. I'm so excited. I'm getting all tongue tied. I can't even talk. Tongue tied, not tongue tied. You know what I mean. Now that I think about it, I agree. He would have done well in disco era. I would have been fun if he had sang with the Bee Gees. Stunty is my favorite contrarian. Cool. That's cool, Miss You. So, everybody, I suggest tonight, if you haven't had your dinner yet, you should try a toasted peanut butter and banana and bacon sandwich. It is. That was that was Elvis's favorite thing to eat every day for breakfast. So I think you should try that. Elvis would have done a disco version of David Bowie's Starman. I think he would have too. I like that. That would have been interesting. Or Elvis singing Space Oddity, Ground Control to Major Tom. Well, hey, it would have worked because his manager's name is Colonel Tom Parker, so it would have worked. Santi, what a shame we never did get to see Elvis get signed to Warp and do the IDM release we all knew he had in him. Like, I think the Vegas shows, he really redeemed himself getting back to his roots and doing those shows in the early 70s. Uh, James, I think I will skip the sandwich, but everything is better with bacon. Oh, yeah. I mean, one day a couple of years ago, I said, "Mom, I want to try the peanut butter and bacon and banana sandwich like Elvis," and I really thought it was good. Let's see what James Byers is saying here. Wait, Stunty. James, that dinner suggestion of yours brings the obvious reminder. Have you been to the doctor yet? No. And this is not the time for the doctor. This is an Elvis chat tonight. We'll talk about the doctor some other time, but don't worry, I will get to a doctor. Elvis' career was on the slide towards the end, so I don't think the 80s would have been kind to him. But I think he would have had a big comeback like Roy Orbison or Gene Pitney. I think so too. I have to agree. Elvis would have done Kung Fu Fighting with Miss Piggy. I think he would have, Paulina. And you know what? It would have been cool if he would have been on the Muppet Show. It's the Muppet Show with our very special guest star, the King of Rock and Roll, Elvis Presley. Ah! That would have been cool. Seeing him sing with the Electric Mayhem, singing Jailhouse Rock with them. Dan, the collaboration with Joy Orbison would have been ace. Elvis doing Never Gonna Give You Up would have been epic. Rick Astley, Never Gonna Give You Up. Yeah, that would have been perfect for him. He would have got on with Joy better than Roy for sure. Who's Joy? I know there's Roy Orbison, but who's Joy Orbison? Is that someone we just made up all of a sudden? Yeah, well, this iconic thing here, because it comes apart. See, you can take it apart like this, and it just slides in here like a Lego piece. Okay, if I can get it back in the hole now. Come on. You know you want to get back in it. Oh, crap. I shouldn't have taken that off. Hey, Greg, man, how you doing? There we go. See? That's the iconic London Calling. Do. And I love this guitar. Look at the detail on that guitar. See, you can even feel the strings. And I like the guitar strap and everything. Joy is Roy's twin. Okay. The Resident. Oh, hey, Zeb. The Residents did a lot of incredible Elvis songs, studio live demos. Oh, cool. I'll have to check that out. So, Zeb, what is your all-time favorite Elvis song? Let me know in the comments below. Mrs. Hop Frog. What's Ollie saying here? Weren't the Wilburys approached with an Elvis tape to put Elvis into the Wilburys? That's a good question. I'm not really sure. But I remember when Elvis had an obsession with guns and he wanted to meet President Nixon. And he kept up with the secretaries, and finally he got to meet Nixon, and he had the gun and all that, and it was crazy. But who would want to meet Tricky Dicky? I wouldn't, that's for sure. But Elvis did. But I would maybe Pocket Full of Rainbows. That's a good one. Mine is I Need Your Love Tonight. I also like In the Ghetto, The Lady Loves Me, and a whole bunch of others. But I Need Your Love Tonight is my all-time favorite because that was the first song I ever heard him sing. And then I liked Hound Dog. And, well, you know what? I wonder, because all the songs were written for him, but I wonder if Elvis could have actually written his own material. I wonder if he could actually write a hit song. What do you guys think? Do you think he could have done that? I would love to have seen him write his own material. Elvis, 1969 to 73, live was awesome. Things began to go sideways in 74, overworked and way over-medicated, but his voice never failed him. Well, you are absolutely right about that. Stunty, he's on a list to see a doctor. It's like the fire department is scheduled to put out your house next week. Okay. Okay, whatever that means. I don't know what that means. My favorite Elvis songs are Baby Got Back, Material Girl, and School's Out. Okay, those aren't Elvis songs, but he could have wrote songs for others for sure. I think he would have been a really good songwriter if he really wanted to, but he had the vocal range. I mean, he even had like kind of like a tenor voice because when he sang all those gospel songs, like he could go, his range was like right up there, and he could also. I know when he sang "It's Now or Never," which is an English version of the song "O Sole Mio," he hit when he goes, "My love won't wait." He could hit that note at the end. Um, Sir James, okay, no copyright on the residents doing Elvis. Well, I'm not paying. I'm not playing any music on my show tonight. I already got away with playing a bit of a clip of an Elvis piece at the beginning, so I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna take a risk, or else I would play. Kind of rude. Ooh, hold on, guys. Okay, what else we got here? Uh, my real favorites are "Don't," "Return to Sender," "It's Only Love," and "Burning Love." I also love his version of "Promised Land." Yeah, "Don't" is really good. I can sing that too. Shane Doc Dawkins isn't actually a doctor. He sees him enough. Perhaps you're right on that one. Uh-huh. Um, so, Bob, are you still here? If you are, what do you think? Do you think that? Oh, can't even think right now. Brain fart. Do you think that Elvis could have been good at classical music if he had stuck around? I think I'd love to have seen him play some like some classical music on the piano and stuff. But if we are to be honest, Elvis would have gotten a lot of controversy in the 80s, especially when further research in Watergate showed transcripts of Elvis and Nixon plotting on banning. I didn't know Elvis was part of that, the Beatles in America. Really? Paulina, that's a piece of history I didn't even know about. That is so weird. I never knew that. Well, you learn something new every day. Hmm. Uh, okay, what's something got? When I was still working in advertising ages ago, we did a TV commercial for Viagra and intended for afternoon airtime and secured the rights to an Elvis song for real. Okay. That is a good question. Not sure. It's not really in his background. No. Uh, could this? Oh, what's going on here? Hold on, guys. Elvis' fingers were way too fat for him to play classical towards the end. Well, guys, I'm gonna I'm going to cut this short tonight. I would have gone 2 hours, but I have another stream to be on tonight, so I don't want to lose my voice. So thank you all for coming to my Elvis night, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you on the next one. Instead of saying my usual outro, I'm going to say something a little bit different tonight. Elvis forever. See you on the next one. Bye for now.